Hi, welcome to valuationpodcast.com, a podcast and video series about all things related to business and valuation. My name is Melissa Gragg, and I provide online divorce, mediation, and valuation services in St. Louis, Missouri. Today, we will discuss how exit planning is not what you think with Scott Snider. Scott is the president of Exit Planning Institute, EPI, and the operating partner of Snyder Premier Growth, a small family investment company in Westlake, Ohio, part of where I think business owners go, which is literally business owners. And you and I know this too. Like we go, and then something will happen and maybe we haven't planned for it, right? And we don't know what's going to happen because everything is contingent upon us. But what I see business owners want to do is usually they want to grow their business, right? They're just going to do it till they die. And they're like, I don't know what I would do outside of here. So those are two completely different things. 100%. But in the growing the business or the value acceleration, what are the fundamentals of the value acceleration methodology that can help an owner get to that level where they maybe would like the sale price, right?
Sure. Yeah, I think so. The fundamentals I would say that every owner should know, and it embraces both business, personal, and financial. So that's one of the fundamentals right there. In fact, if you're working inside of the Exit Planning Institute or you're one of our certified exit planning advisors, you would understand one thing for sure, that the organizing principle for anything exit planning, the organizing principle that we all come around is that in order to have this significant company and a very fulfilling and successful exit, we need to have three things aligned: business, personal, and financial. Goes back to what we were talking about. I could sell my business for $250 million. And maybe for the common person, we're like, how can that person not be happy? But they're not happy because they're doing exactly what you just said, is that they're wandering around the earth because they're like, I guess I shouldn't have sold this thing because now I profoundly regret selling this business because I don't know what else to do. The other thing, so some other things that are foundational to the value acceleration methodology. If you want to know everything about exit planning, I would sum it up in what I call 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So there's 5 stages of value maturity. There are 4 intangible capitals. There are 3 gaps and 3 legs. There are 2 concurrent paths that any owner runs on at any given time, and 1 goal, and that is to drive value. So if you think about kind of breaking these down a little bit for you, unpacking this a little bit, the 5 stages of value maturity, I think the ultimate goal, you think about a staircase, at the top of the staircase is manage value. So the ultimate goal is to sell this company 10 million, 100 million, whatever it is, be able to reinvest that money and manage it for the next act or phase of our life. But in order to get there, you got to start at the bottom landing and start to work our way up. So in order to understand what we can have to manage, we have to identify and assess what we have. To your point about business valuation earlier, no, I don't think a business owner every year needs some full, big blown certified valuation. But as a business owner, we need to understand the difference between the tax number and the real number. And we need to understand where our value is today so that we can grow to the value that we want to tomorrow. We should have that every year. We should know not just what the projections on the P&L look like, but we should understand what the projections in value growth look like. So we need to identify and assess what we have. Once we can do that, we can start to protect and build value. Then eventually we'll come into harvesting our value, selling our company, and then manage that wealth for a lifetime to come. The next is what we kind of talked about already, the 4 intangible capitals. So human, structural, customer, and social. The 3 gaps and the 3 legs are the 3 legs of the stool, are the business, personal, and financial aspects or elements and goals of a business owner's life and company. The 3 gaps, so every business owner has 3 gaps. They have a wealth gap, they likely have a profit gap, and they have a value gap. So we should know our 3 gaps so we could begin to fill those gaps over time. The 2 concurrent paths is one of my favorites. I think you kind of talked about this a little bit. Every business owner is running on a business path, right? We're trying to mitigate risks, grow our company, drive efficiencies, drop more net profit. So there's always a business path. As advisors, we're probably always talking to owners about, instead of working in your business, we should take some time to work on the business, act more strategic and visionary. What we don't see, maybe because it's kind of corny, but we don't hear people saying, stop living in your life and work on your life. And so we don't hear that a lot, right? Somebody tells you that, you're probably like, that's a little mushy for me, probably not my thing. But this is why you see owners profoundly regretting selling their business, because they didn't work on their life. They lived in their life and lived in their business. And so just like we want to spend some time as owners working on our companies, we want to spend some time working on our life. So that second path to the two concurrent paths, that second path would be a personal and personal financial path. We want to understand what we want to do outside of the business and put a plan around that. And we want to understand what that personal financial strategy is. So when our business does go away, we have the right amount of funds coming in to live the life that we want to live and achieve our goals. And then the last is the one. The one goal is to drive value. And that's not just business value, but that's value across all three of those legs. I want a more valuable and transferable business. I want a clear personal financial plan that I can stand on. And I want to have a personal vision and purpose that takes me through my entire life. So that's maybe a long answer to the short question of the fundamentals of value acceleration. But to me, I would always sum them up as the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. If we can understand 5 stages, 4 C's, 3 gaps and 3 legs, 2 concurrent paths, and 1 goal value, we pretty much understand exit planning and value acceleration.